Indutrade's order intake for the fourth quarter rose 20% to 3,086 million Swedish krona. Net sales rose 21% to 3,219 million Swedish krona. Operating profit before amortization of intangible non-current assets, EBITDA, rose 19% to 398 million krona. Operating margin, EBITDA margin, was 12.4%. After-tax profit increased by 17% to 258 million krona, and earnings per share grew 17% to 6.43 krona. Indutrade continues to show strong growth, and in line with the previous quarter, the group reports a significant rise in sales. Net sales rose by 21%, order intake increased by 20%, and operating profit by 19%. The EBITDA margin for the quarter is in line with previous years, and organic growth was 9%. For the full year, Indutrade achieved an order intake of 11.9 billion Swedish krona. That's an increase of 19% compared to last year. Net sales increased 22% to 11.8 billion krona. Operating profit, EBITDA, increased by 26% to 1,427 million krona, and the operating margin, EBITDA, amounted to 12%, which compares to 11.6% for last year. As in the third quarter, the sales of valves in the energy segment showed particularly strong growth. Geographical trends are positive in Sweden and the Benelux countries. The geopolitical turmoil in the world, as well as developments in China and Russia, have of course impacted on Indutrade's business, but haven't until now had any significant impact on earnings. This is mainly thanks to the way Indutrade's business model effectively withstands downturns in individual companies and markets. Indutrade's CEO Johnny Alvarsson is with us now. Things keep going incredibly well despite concerns and declines in certain markets and in certain segments. How would you describe the full year 2015?
Well, I would say that it's 2014, but better off. We had a very nice increase in turnover and profit in 2014, and it was even better in 2015. What has surprised me to some extent is that the organic growth has been better than I expected in the beginning of the year. Also, actually, acquisitions has been on a higher level, so it's been a positive year in all respect for us during last year. Even though we have areas with problems, as always, the Finnish market still is on sluggish, and we have seen Germany not moving around, but we see that good development in Benelux, especially in the beginning of the year in UK and also like in Sweden. As normally we have some companies not performing and others performing extremely well, and some of this is extremely good for last year. So I'm very satisfied with 2015.
You emphasize the energy segment as a major contributor to the strong growth during this quarter. How come when we're simultaneously getting media reports about a weak trend in this segment?
I don't think the media really describes the whole situation in the world. A number of countries are growing and they need energy. And that's one aspect. The other one is that in some areas you're changing from coal-fired plants to gas-fired plants. And these two things are actually pushing our sales. So we had a fantastic year growth in organic growth in the energy segment, going to mostly outside Europe. And this is the gas-fired plant and partly coal-fired plants, so who are built in a number of countries. At the same time, we actually have some business to windmills. Partly it's a small part of our total business, but still it's also been growing because we are supplying lining equipment with laser-based lining, and we're also supporting ice detectors to that industry. So we're in both segments, but the real large portion is to conventional power plants, gas-fired mostly.
Now, your regular and successful acquisitions are key factors behind your success. How would you assess the acquisition situation right now and going forward during 2016?
It's always hard to judge how many companies we are going to acquire because we are two to make a deal. We did 13 deals last year, and if it will be 13 this year, I don't know, but we have a good deal flow. When will they come during the year? We don't know. We have a number of cases going on now, and there will be more coming up during the year later on. But I think it's about the same situation as 1 year ago.
Is there anything in the world around us that could be a cause for concern from Indutrade's business perspective?
Well, there are always worries in some areas and less worries in other areas. Today, generally in industry and in media, people talk about China downturn as well as Russia. I think we had a lot of that already last year. If it continues the same way, I don't think we will be more affected 2016 than 15. And we have some positive things maybe with Iran, if that business starts up. A number of our customers, as well as we in some companies, have potential customers in Iran for the future. So it's, as always, there can be a lot of problems in the world, but normally Indutrade manage better than most other companies.
And these words from Indutrade's President and CEO, Johnny Alvarsson, bring our presentation to a close. We'll be back on the 27th of April with Indutrade's report for the first quarter of 2016. Do join us then.